What's going on, guys? It is week 15 of Sealed Only Yu-Gi-Oh! The Shaddoll Showdown. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has gone back and watched the first 14 episodes. Your support means so much to me. I love the fact that these videos are starting to take off, and I gotta say a huge thank you to Nim Nim, who has just started his second series. I'll leave a card for his series up in the top corner so you can check that out as well. Without his inspiration, I don't think the sealed only idea would have taken off as much as it did, so definitely the kudos belongs to him. With that being said, 15 episodes means that we have some money in the budget for this week. We have $60. We've also got the money that we've been accruing over the last, say, 10 weeks to open up something a little bit better. I'm going to add an extra 50% to this week's episode to try and bring that down a little bit further. We have $60 plus 50% is $90 of product to open this week. Want to see what I'm going to open and see it on the other side. Thanks for stopping by.
The Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG is one of the most expensive card games to play, but with websites like Nikijo Collectibles, Cherry Collectibles and Australian Yu-Gi-Oh! Auctions, most of the cards you need are only one mouse click away. But what would happen if these sites just disappeared and we were left to source our cards only from sealed product? Rather than relying on these sites, we'd be relying on nothing more than the luck to pull the cards we need to complete our already bullshit expensive Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks. Over the coming weeks and months, starting with nothing more than 3 structure decks and a budget of $60 a week, I am going to build a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck with the goal of reaching the Oceanic World Championship qualifying event. Stick around to see me waste hundreds of dollars, open a ton of sealed product, and hopefully kick a few butts along the way. This is Sealed Only Yu-Gi-Oh! The Shaddoll Showdown.
Guys, I didn't think it would be this hard to decide what I was going to open for episode 15. I want to thank you all for joining, and if you haven't already, go back and have a look at some of the earlier episodes. We have some pretty savage stuff to open up, and as you know, I promised you guys a bigger opening for episode 15 to spend some of that carry-over money. Last week we opened up a mega tin and we did okay, pulling some pretty decent swag out of there. We are going to try and back it up again with another mega tin, setting us back $30. I also need to try and hit up that Traptrix Rafflesia, so we are opening up 2 Breaker of Shadow special editions. We are looking to add some more excitement to our extra deck, and we are also going to open up 2 packets of Ignition Assault special editions to try and look for that cross sheep. We need to add a little bit more utility into our extra deck to ensure that moving forward we are going to stay competitive. Let's not waste any more time. Let's crack in to this week's product. Let's see what we can pull. Rogeki Monster Reborn would also come in handy as well. We have a Red Eyes Alternative Black Dragon, a Palladium Mana Oracle, a Nibiru the Primal Being. That is exactly what we need. And of course the Raigeki and a Slifer the Sky Dragon. We won't be using that, but Raigeki is also a choice that we might be able to put into the deck. Alright, I am happy with that so far. We are off to a great start in the openings. Okay, we are ready to go. We have mega packs here. We have our promo cards. I'll sit those down here. We'll do a recap at the end, of course. Let's crack into, first of all, an Ignition Assault pack. Looking for, of course, that cross sheep, and hey, I wouldn't say no to a lightning storm either. We know we have to go 3 to the front to make sure we're giving you a bit of surprise. And we have an Eye Fusion. Oh, Ignis. Wow, that's not a bad start. We're starting off with a secret rare. Let's get into one. Oh, we'll open up another package of Ignition Assault. Let's not worry. We'll go. Here we go. Matching outfits. Chronomaly, Tuspa, Ancient Warrior, and a Karakuri. I don't think there's a lot we're looking for in the mega packs. We basically just wanted the Nibiru. But let's see what we can get. We've got Awakening the Dragon, Psychic Ace, Overheat, Sim Tablia, Signet Ritual, Palladium of Storm Dragon, Noble Knight Ivian, Sky Striker, Nightmare Griffin, okay, and we have an Iron Dragon Timaton. That is a pretty shitty secret rare there. We have a Drago Stapelia. Wow, that is actually really good. We need that generic Super Poly target, and because obviously our Shaddolls are heavily fusion based, using Super Poly on one of our own fusion monsters or an opponent's fusion monster is actually a really good idea. Now the Breaker of Shadows, we're looking for a Destruction Sword, a Buster Dragon Destruction Sword, and a Traptrix Rafflesia. We have our promo cards that we... Oh! Dragon Buster Destruction Sword straight off the bat. That's going to come in handy. We'll probably take out our Wizard Buster and we will put in the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. We have a Twilight. Not much else. Can you see that? I'm going to cover it back up, but I'm really hoping it is what I think it is. Let's just keep scrolling through. Brachion. I'm so excited here, guys. This could be it. We could be making some significant changes to the deck right now. Oh my goodness, it is a Traptrix Rafflesia, and we actually nabbed another super rare Twin Twisters. That is absolutely insane. That is the rank 4 that we've been looking for. Now that we have our Gravedigger's Trap Hole, we can actually use this to try and stop Nibiru. Let's open up another pack of Ignition Assault. We need a cross sheep. Where is it? Where's that cross sheep, guys? You should be hitting, well, we got a Jacko Bowl and nothing in that pack. Hit that like button. Yeah, the more you like the videos, the better our luck is. Don't you know? You surely know about that. Yeah, of course. Let's have a look again at another Ignition Assault. It's not a blue card. We got Ancient Warrior and we have a Megalith Ophiel. The dangers are in here as well. I have considered maybe looking at a danger engine, but I just think it'll take us too long to get all of the cards. Boycotting, that's pretty cute. Transfamiliar, here come our Hollows, World Legacy World Crown, and we have a Danger Thunderbird, alright, and we have a Galaxy Eyes Soul Flare Dragon for our Prismatic Secret. The Thunderbird's okay, it is a level 8, so we could maybe utilize that in the future. We don't really need to open it, we pulled everything out of this set that we needed, so I'm really stoked. We have the Robot Buster, Dragon Buster again, there we go. Engraver of the Mark. We're doing okay here. Getting to our rares. Getting to our hollows. We got a Pendulum Storm, Major Spectre, and we have a Quaking Mirror Force. Finish off with our Mega Pack. So we got a Cataclysmic, we got the Squeak Knight, Charged Up Heraldry, AI Love. Oh, let's focus. Focus. Oh, it looks like we have another secret rare. Wow, Plunder Patrol Ship Bran. We are raining secrets in these openings today. My goodness, that is so good. Alright, we have one more pack of Ignition Assault. I don't think we're going to be looking at a Lightning Storm today, but you never know. Let's have a look. No, it's a Megalith Aratron. Alright, here we go. Dark Dragster, Cupid Volley, Goki Face Turn, 3 Trolling Trolls, Transfamiliar, Background Dragon, Mirror Force Launcher, Super Rare Crusadia Arborea. Oh, we have a Danger Bigfoot. Okay, so we are pulling quite a lot of level 8 dangers. Maybe I do need to really consider running a small danger engine. It's going to hopefully get us some special summons for our Verte Anaconda and also give us a monster removal and of course a spell and trap removal. I'm really going to have to consider running a small engine now because I think we also have the Tsuchinoko from week 14. I'm going to put a deck together. I will do a full profile on this episode because there are going to be so many changes. Lucky 15 for us. I'll see you in the profile.
2 hours later.
Alright guys, let's whip through week 15's deck profile pretty quickly. You did see in the opening that we pulled a few decent cards, so there will be a few good changes to make to the deck this week. We've added a little bit of spice to our level 8 monster engine to try and go into that Dingirsu a little bit more often to add to that non-targeting board removal. But let's get into the profile. So once again, we are sticking with our 10 card Shaddoll engine with 2 Shaddoll Squamata, 2 Shaddoll Wendy, 2 Shaddoll Ariel, 2 Hedgehog, 1 Dragon, and 1 Beast. I haven't found any need to do anything else to this engine. It seems to be working fine. The only thing that I would consider is bumping Squamata back up to 3 and then maybe cutting 1 copy of either Hedgehog or Ariel. But at the moment, I'm really happy with the 10 cards and how it's running right now. So to add to this engine, we need a few light targets for our construct plays, and that comes in the form of Nibiru. Nibiru is a really good hand trap going second, which is what we are actually targeting our deck to do. We're also running the double copies of Damage Juggler and the 1 copy of Performance Trick Clown. I've also got the Performance Hat Tricker in there as well to give us that special summon from the hand if we do get to search it out with the Damage Juggler. We've also got 2 Mathematicians in the deck to get those plays started, as well as 2 Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. Pretty amazing card. Going second, it does lead itself into giving us a bit of a hand fixing method if we don't draw the most optimal hands. We've also got our Danger Engine now, which looks exactly like a Danger Bigfoot, a Danger Thunderbird, and of course the Danger Tsuchinoko that we pulled last week. To add to our level 8 support, we have the 1 Chaos Dragon Levianeer. And our Dragon Buster that we first pulled this week will be replacing our Wizard Buster, so we can try and play for that Dragon Buster lock to try and shut off our opponent's extra deck. I'm still keen to try and maybe keep Wizard Buster somewhere in the deck, hopefully just to allow us to turn off our opponent's graveyard, and I do think that is quite a good effect in the upcoming format. For our spell cards, we have 3 Shaddoll Fusion. Our spell cards have not changed. 3 El Shaddoll Fusion, 3 Super Polymerization, along with the copy of Foolish Burial. Acting as a spell card version of Mathematician, this will give us some really good starting options getting into the plays. We're going to have our trap lineup now, which is again 2 Shaddoll Incarnation, 2 Infinite Impermanence, the 1 Shaddoll Core, and finally this week we are able to play our Gravedigger's Trap Hole. You will see that we have included the Rafflesia that we've pulled in the extra deck, and I do hope that it will be a benefit of getting some going first options into the deck as well. So into the extra deck, we're going to start off with the Link monsters. Of course, we have our Verte Anaconda, the one that we spent so long trying to pull. Topologic Trisbana as our Link 3, another Link 2 in Union Carrier, and that makes up all of our Link monsters. Unfortunately, this week we didn't pull the Cross Sheep out of our Ignition Assault special editions, but we will probably try again in the near future. With some of that or some Battle of Legends Armageddon, we should hopefully see that card sooner rather than later. Our Exceed monsters are Performage Trapeze Magician, Dingirsu, the Orchestra of the Evening Star, and of course our new addition to the rank 4 engine is Traptrix Rafflesia. Really good card there, giving us access to stopping those hand traps. Our Fusion engine, of course, is our largest one. We have the single copy of Predaplant Dragos Tapelia. This is kind of what I've been looking for to help counter us with the mirror match. And getting those fusion monsters off the field with a dark monster using super polymerization. Yeah, I really think this is going to be of some benefit in the future. Not to mention the negate that it offers. We've got the 2 copies of App Cologne. I am considering dropping this down to 1. I do know with the release of Shaddoll Schism that App Cologne is a great option to go into later on down the track, because it is something that we can search when it's sent to the graveyard, but I do feel like that 1 copy of App Cologne is probably going to be enough moving forward. We've got our double copy of Winder. We still know that first turn Winder is a really good play. That backed up by some sort of hand trap or back row disruption is always great if we are forced to go first. We have our triple copy of El Shaddoll Construct. Again, I'm not going to say too much about this card. We all know how amazing it is. And of course, the single copy of El Shaddoll Shekinaga. Really, really solid card, giving us a negate for a special summon monster there when it comes to their effects being activated. Side deck time, guys. I still think the side deck is pretty weak. This is probably where I do need your input. I do need to try and find some more side deck cards. I'm thinking maybe sooner rather than later I am going to have to crack into some Dual Devastator because I really want to add some hand trap utility to this deck, but I don't quite have that at the moment. We are running Triple Twin Twister. We did struggle occasionally with some of those heavy back row decks. If we can't remove their field spell or some of their back row cards, we do significantly struggle. And we have the single copy of MST. This is basically in here for lack of a better card, but we've got 3 Lost Winds. I do like the fact that Lost Winds negates a monster effects, halves the life points, and does give us the option to get rid of some things off of the board. The Necro Fusion, until we do get our Shaddoll Schism Necro Fusion, will stay in the side deck. It does give us the utility to fusion summon a monster using materials from the graveyard. We're running the single Dino Miscus, really good removal, doesn't target, also lends itself to getting some graveyard effects for us, as well as the single copy of Solemn Strike. This has come in clutch a few times and I won't look at changing this one too soon. Compulsory Evacuation Device, again for a little bit of removal that doesn't destroy. Even though it does target, it does come in handy when it comes to out-resourcing your opponent. They might put a few cards into a Link 4 monster, or something like that, and we will be able to send that back to hand, leaving them hopefully with not much of a board left over. The One Red Reboot, again, to try and negate the trap cards in the back row. Red Reboot is pretty good. Finally, we are running a single copy of Waking the Dragon, with the target being FA Dawn Dragster. This will also give us a spell and trap card effect to negate down the track as well. We don't play a tuner. I am considering bringing Falco back into the mix. I feel like Falco is quite a good card, but we will see how that plays out in the future. So that is the list for this week, guys. I want to know your feedback in the comment section down below. What do you think of the deck this week? And let's go and play some duels. I'll see you on the other side for the recap.
It's time to duel! the next day.
Okay, so that's it for 15 weeks of sealed only Yu-Gi-Oh! We were able to come up with a positive record this week, guys. 3 wins, 1 loss. Things are looking good for this deck and the way they are changing. The addition of the danger monsters into the main deck, I really think have added a little bit more consistency. Not only giving us a little bit of removal when they're pitched to the graveyard, but also giving us that extra little bit of draw when we're lucky enough to special summon them. For the fact that they also trigger our Shaddoll monsters effects when they're sent to the graveyard really gets our Shaddoll engine running really quickly. I want to give a huge shout out to a good friend of mine, Matthew. He is a local player and plays at Good Games in Brisbane, and he was recently in a bit of a car accident. If you do know who Matthew is, you will know who I'm talking about. I just want to give you guys the heads up that Good Games Brisbane are going to be hosting a tournament on the 13th of September. That is a Sunday. Kickoff will be at 11 o'clock a.m. and all proceeds raised from that will be going to Matthew to help him get back on his feet. And hopefully anyone in the Brisbane area can make it to that event to help support that great cause. I have been told that the man, Carl Wiedemann, will be in attendance doing some live auctions in between rounds. So do us all a favour, head in there, support a great cause and play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's talk about future weeks now. We know that this 3-1 win this week, 3-1 record this week was good for boosting our percentage, but that is not it. We know that we need to be able to get this deck prepared for Red Eyes Dark Dragoons. There's a few cards that we need for that, including a Dark Magician, Red Eyes Black Dragon, and Red Eyes Fusion. Pretty easy to pick up, so we're not going to do that just yet. What I would like to look for next week are some more hand traps, because I find that if we were able to slow our opponent down in their first turn, I really believe that we'll be able to do more damage more quickly. I think it's time to turn our head to some Toon Chaos and hopefully pick up a couple of copies of Cypher Gear Gamma and one of the drivers. I have been toying around with the idea of maybe running some baby Chaos Dragons in the deck. Let me know in the comments what you think and what direction we need to head in. We will still be trying to grab that Cross Sheep. That is one extra deck card that I don't think we can not pick up. Being able to give us that revival from the graveyard if we do special a fusion monster to a zone that it's linked to. I really feel like that is going to be of benefit in extending our plays along the way. Before I head off, guys, again, don't forget to check out the older episodes if you haven't seen those yet. My subscriber rate and my viewership has gone up astronomically over the last few weeks, and I want to say a massive thank you. One thing I have noticed though is that even though I'm getting so many different viewers watching the video, you aren't subscribed. Why aren't you subscribed? Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button so you're notified about when the next episode goes live, and you'll love yourself for it in the end.